That's what we need to do. All right, Track C students, I'm going to be expecting a tremendous amount from you today because look at this chart here. We've got definitions of things. We know now, we know what consumers are. We know what business is. We know what an incentive is. It's kind of like peer pressure. And producers are, we know what a trend is, and we know what a worker is. Now, the worker is not represented up there. So a worker is like a producer in that they makes goods or deliver services. So when we say producer, we usually mean the business or the business owner. And the worker is the actual person that does the providing, right? Or the making. Or maybe they make part of the good. Not all of it, but part of it. Okay, any questions about that? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Dustin, but I do appreciate that people used lines that were lined up. Catherine. Did Catherine do all the board work today? I did some. It looks like there were the blues in the box, and I can only see the ones Catherine did, but thank you, Dustin. Bottom left corner. Excellent, Dustin. Okay. So today we're going to do these things. This one here, the game of mutual influence, will be in a breakout room. And I just want to tell you, when we do breakout rooms, if you want to save the information from the board, take a screenshot of it. Excuse me. I don't think there's a way to save the whiteboard from a breakout room, unfortunately. So, yeah, and then we'll go over some upcoming dates. All right, so can I get someone to read this, please, while I set up the inactive room? So you've got talk privileges. So who's going to read the board for us? Dustin, would you be willing? I know, there's like a cricket sound. How about we get someone new in here to read, and you can get extra credit for that. All right, Lexi, and then Rigoberto, you can go next. Go ahead, Lexi, go and read that.
Sorry if you hear my dogs. Define the different economic roles of consumers, producers, workers, businesses, and government. Explain the influences different role players have on others. Demonstrate how everyday decisions and actions fit into different roles.
Excellent work. Thank you so much for doing that. So, yeah, you can email me for extra credit. It'll be faster if you put extra credit in the subject. And now everybody's going to participate in this one in the chat. So how do you play the game of economics? What is your role? What part do you play? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you sell things? Do you buy things? Do you consume things? Do you use things? Everyone in the chat right now, and then give me a green check mark when you're done doing that. That's right, I got hat tricks. Okay, so I want you guys to be really specific, like I buy food, I buy peanut butter, I buy hats. We had a student in one of the classes today said that he bought a pair of shoes recently. What are you actually producing, and so what do you produce, Gabriel? What do you sell? What do you make? What do you resell? You buy clothes. Good. Anybody? So I'm looking forward to see what Gabriel is going to put. But does anyone else a business? Does anyone else work? Do you have a job? If you have a job, say what job you have, if you would. And I just want to also tell everyone that Starbucks and Peet's Coffee will pay for your online college courses if you work there. I believe you have to work there full time. There may be other restrictions apply, but something to look into. A gymnastics coach. So that's a service you provide. That's awesome. You compare prices on the internet. Good. I like that. I like that. You give people attention. They give you attention, and you give them attention. So that's like the social, and that's free, isn't it, Gabriel? You can just give people attention, and they give you attention, and it's free. You don't even have to pay anything for that sometimes. Or if you go to a therapist, then you're paying that. My wife's a therapist, actually. She gets paid $120 an hour sometimes, not always, but $120 an hour to listen to people. But not just listen to people. She's a highly trained listener, and she can also give them feedback. You bought a phone case. You bought a computer. What else? Anybody else sell stuff or work? Okay, well, let's just say also that we're all participating right now in the economy because CAVA is a joint venture between a private corporation called K-12 Incorporated and the county in which you reside. So in my case, it's Sonoma County, California. And then I think there's also federal funds too. And so so money is paid to the school for you attending school, and then some of that money goes to pay me, some of that money goes to pay K-12 and their shareholders. It is a publicly traded company, and then K-12 provides tech support, they provide books, and they make all the curriculum, the online curriculum, the website, and all that kind of stuff. They probably pay for Blackboard. So there's this whole economy going on in a public school and an online school in particular, and so we're all participating in that. You buy hats, Catherine, is that really true, or are you just commenting on my different kinds of hats? Now you guys probably don't know this trick of how you change a hat with no one noticing, but it's pretty high tech. I'm not going to tell you my trick because I'm a highly trained teacher person. A carbon-based life form. Okay, so someone could now explain to us how the game of economics works using this. This is worth 10 points of extra credit if you can not just read the board, but actually explain how this works. So it's pretty simple. We got some information over here on the left. And then we've got the cycle. Thank you. And here's the cycle, right? So there's the cycle there. So who can explain that to the class? For 10 mucho puentes especiales. Vámonos, estudiantes, come on now. You guys are group C, okay? You should be really good at this. Oh, also, see? You're needing to give me a green check mark right now. Ready? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green check mark. Or be deleted. Your carbon-based life form will be eliminated. This is a large group, Group C, Track C. So just raise your hand, whoever's, no one, like 10 points of extra credit? Seriously? Dustin's going to do it. He knows what's up. It's so good for you. All righty then. Alyssa, green check, please. Adriana. What? That's outrageous, Josh. I know. You've participated more than anyone, I think, in all of my classes. So you're winning. So Justin, are you going to do it? Is there some reason why you're not doing it? Is it because I'm still talking? Go for it. Go.
I was just panicking. So economics is equal to the exchange between consumers and producers. Anytime you purchase something, provide a service for others, or make something for others, you're part of this economy. And so this includes using government services paid for with taxes, roads, bridges, police, fire, etc. And so, the game of economics, I remember one of the lessons I have said that it's just a circle, and it just keeps going and going and going, and there really isn't a starting point or an ending point. It just keeps on revolving. So it can start with the producers making goods and providing services. Then the consumers are going to purchase those. Those purchases are going to make that producer to make more. And then the producers are going to pay their employees and investors. And then with that increase in money, the consumers are going to buy more. Producers are just going to end up making more and selling more. And it just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't so hard, right? You just kind of say what's on the board there. But I like how you made it sound like your own information. You really projected the knowing, and that was really good. See, you could be a teacher now. I mean, potentially. You need years of training. All right, so all you got to do is get a job at Starbucks, get them to pay for your college, and then you could start making money as a teacher, or just continue working at Starbucks, or both. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. If you would have asked me in high school if I was going to be a teacher, I would have been an emphatic no. And here I am. It happens. It happens sometimes. Okay. So I think we all understand what consumers are. Let's see. Can anyone highlight under something on this page that you did not already know? Let's see if we can find something on here that's not obvious what a consumer is. Okay, let's just take a minute to do this. Yeah, I mean, this part is kind of what they're willing to pay. That's kind of interesting. Did you know that skeletons can shop too? Oh, there it is. So that's pretty basic, right? Consumers buy things. That's it. You buy things. And here's another thing to think about. Now, I'm not really an entrepreneur per se. I don't have my own business. But I often think about what would I do if I did start a business. And I often think more like what I would not do. Like, oh, Josh, I just deleted your chat. I was trying to open it and I closed it. If you can re-chat, sorry. So if you're selling something that's consumable, literally consumable, like something that people eat or use up, then they're going to be more likely to repurchase the product. That's why coffee is such a good business, because people just drink their coffee and then they need another one that next day or whatever like that. Or what's another example of a consumable product? Food, children's shoes. Children's shoes, okay. Because they're always outgrowing. Children's clothing, they're always outgrowing stuff, right? Okay. So that's my little entrepreneurship tip of the day. Makeup wipes, yes. No, I wouldn't want to sell disposable products per se, but that's a tricky thing, you know, trying to find things that are like renewable. Like I guess if they come from trees. Okay, AirPods. Excuse me. Actually, I did not buy AirPods. You know what I bought was those Beats earphone things because I got them refurbished. They were only $59. So if you buy something that came out, like that's like a car. If you're going to buy a car, even if you can afford to use a new car, if you buy a car that came out a couple of years ago, even if it's still brand new and sitting on the lot, if it's a few years old, you're going to pay a lot less for it. But if it's been owned just for like a year or two by someone else, you're going to save about 30% off that car. Okay, just even if it's been like 2 months used, once a car is driven off a car lot, the price drops 20 to 40%. So that's why millionaires usually buy used cars. True story. Okay, so producers satisfy the needs. Producers determine what and how. Producers' goal is to determine what consumers want and how much they are willing to pay. Anybody know how many of these AirPods were sold over the winter break? So this is in a free market system. The producers decide how and for whom. Now, buy a used car that's only, even if you can afford a new car, buy one that's like a year old, and you'll save, you could save half the cost. 60 million, over 60 million of these AirPods were sold. Now, the AirPods aren't the most expensive earphones, so when Apple prices those, they're pricing them for the average consumer so that they can sell millions of them, okay? They do have AirPod Pros, which are more expensive, and they probably sold less of those. Yes. Okay, now workers. Everyone knows what a worker is, right? It's the person who makes the goods, provides the services. But workers are also consumers. Workers also buy stuff. They buy food, they pay rent. What else? They buy cars, they buy gas to get to work, or bicycle, or bus pass, or bus fares. Okay, so workers are both. Stop drawing, Mr. Bourget, and focus. So this is our breakout room activity for today. So you're going to go in and put your name up there, names, and then you're going to fill in, you're going to define these three terms here: consumer, producer, worker. And then you're going to put over here on this side the letter that goes in the box. Okay, so Jose is coding for a castle, for the castle for a video game. Okay, what's that? Is that a worker, a producer, or a consumer? Sounds like a worker. Yeah, exactly. Hold on, don't write on it yet, please. Don't write on it yet. Just 1 second here. Let me clean that. Yeah, that's all right. I'm going to clean up my little messes too. Because this is what I'm going to copy into the breakout room. That's okay. And then we'll come back and do it as a group if we have time. So I'm going to give you 7 minutes in the breakout rooms. Is anyone stuck in the inactive room right now? Oh, so sorry, Shoshana. So sorry, Shoshana, I left you in there for so long. If I do that, you can raise your hand next time. I'm so sorry, I didn't see your green check. So I'm going to move you all into breakout rooms now. And we'll go with groups of 4. And then, yeah, you got 7 minutes to fill in the whole thing. Remember, you can use the microphone to talk to each other, okay? So talk, interact, talk, chat, or video even. You guys want video privileges? Alrighty then. We're nearing the end of class. Hopefully I will allow you to move back into the breakout rooms if you wanted to save that information. But before you do that, let's just go to, you might want to look at these other slides too. I'll open those up. There's a couple slides we didn't get to. It's all in the course reading, but it's nice, that slide about government involvement in the economy. Just wanted to let you know that you do have a quiz due today, 2.02, and then Thursday is a required class. Friday there's another quiz, 2.5, and the end of the quarter is in 6.5 weeks. So make sure you keep it up. And if you have any questions or need help, please stick around. Otherwise, you are free to go. Have a great day. Did anyone share their video in the breakout rooms?